Welcome to Moo Moo Math and Science. In this video, let's talk about renewable and non-renewable resources. A natural resource is a natural material that is used by humans. Examples include water, oil, wood from trees, and coal. Many of these resources are changed into products that make our life more comfortable or convenient. Natural resources can be classified as renewable or non-renewable.
Go ahead and write this down on your notes. Natural resources, there's like little bubbles that you plug in there, can be defined as blank and blank, renewable and non-renewable. Okay, you should be done writing this down in your notes.
A renewable resource can be replaced at the same rate in which the resource is used. Common renewable resources used to produce energy include solar, like these solar panels converting solar energy into electricity, wind.
Another name for solar is radiant. We like to go by radiant energy, not just solar.
Which can turn turbines to produce electricity. Hydroelectric, which involves moving water turning a turbine. Geothermal, which involves capturing the underground steam that flows to a turbine and then produces electricity. And biomass, which involves plants and poop being burned to produce electricity. Air and water are renewable natural resources also. They don't regrow like trees, but they are always being renewed. They move in cycles. Remember, renewable resources can regrow or be replaced within a person's lifespan.
Okay, so this is what you are writing down in your notes. A renewable resource can regrow or be replaced within a person's lifespan, meaning within hopefully 80 to 100 years. So you are writing this down right now. Hurry up. Renewable resources can regrow or be replaced within a person's lifespan. If you want to add on, you can put like 80 to 100 years. Okay, moving on.
Non-renewable resource is a resource that forms at a rate that is much slower than the rate that it is formed.
Okay, you are writing this down too. Listen, you're writing this down too. A non-renewable resource, this is just below where it says renewable resource, is a resource that forms at a rate that is much slower than the rate that it is consumed, or that it is used rather. So we like to use the word consumed rather than used because it is a more scientific term and it means specificity is more specific. So write this down in your notes because you'll need it. A non-renewable resource is a resource that forms at a rate that is much slower than the rate that it is consumed. You have learned about rates in math, so you should have a good idea as to what this means, as to what this represents. If you need extra time, then you can pause it again, but we are moving on.
Coal is an example. It takes millions of years to create coal, and once it is used up, it is no longer available. You can use the phrase CON to remember three popular non-renewable resources. This stands for coal, oil, natural gas. Nuclear fuel is also a non-renewable resource. Uranium-235, which is used in nuclear power plants, is found in a finite amount. Minerals used for making metals are also non-renewable. For example, steel, which is used in making buildings, is made of iron ore. Iron ore is mined from the earth and is a limited resource. Non-renewable natural resources are things that take longer than a person's lifespan to be replaced. In fact, it takes...
Okay, this is something that you also could write down for extra notes, but Non-renewable was stated before because it is processed, it is created at a much lower rate than it has consumed. But yes, a non-renewable resource takes longer than a person's lifespan to be replaced. So instead of it being taken, let me move my video. Instead of it being taken, say, like 80 to 100 years to produce, in this case, it is taking, say, 200, maybe to even 2 million years to produce, to create. It happens. Okay, moving on.
It takes millions of years to form these.
There
Because
you go.
many important resources are limited, we can all reduce, reuse, and recycle. You can turn off lights when you're not in a room. You can ride your bike more and walk more to reduce the amount of gasoline used. You can reuse and recycle things like plastic jugs, jars, paper bags, plastics, cardboard, aluminum, and even steel. If you'd like to know more about how we get energy from non-renewable resources, this playlist will help.
Okay, so y'all can look at that at your own time. But this is something very important that you have to understand prior to us getting started with this next unit. You need to understand how energy works. This will be provided to you, how energy can be not only conserved, but the renewable and non-renewable resources. And yes, you can say conservation in a form where you are minimizing the amount of energy you produce or you consume, you use. Okay. All right. See ya later, people. I don't know how to pause this, but you can end the video because I need to get out of here. So I'll see you later, guys. If you haven't stopped the video, you should stop it right now.